Hey y'all, so procrastination is just always the name of the game with Salt Lake City. Like it just comes on so late. If it just came on like an hour earlier, then I would do the video at night and edit it in the morning. But because it comes on so late, I watch it one time and then I'm like, okay, let me just review this the next morning. And then, this happens. So yeah, this should be out preferably Friday afternoon. So give me some time. I'm sorry. Let's get into this episode. This is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, episode 11. Now, before I even get into the episode, I hear that Mary is only in this episode maybe 5 minutes. Maybe. So yeah, we start out with Mary and her grand husband. They're in the kitchen talking. So Mary's grand husband wants to sell the Florida house because it's just too much upkeep, too much trouble. I mean, they have like what, 4 or 5 houses? And Mary is concerned that they won't get the money back for it. So he says he's more concerned with just getting rid of it because it's too much of a problem. And then Mary then equates it to herself saying, if I was a problem, you want to get rid of me? And he's like, huh? And that's where her scene ends. So weird, y'all. I mean, I say that every episode. Mary is just so weird. Let's just move on. Oh, God. So next scene, we're with Meredith and Brooks, her son. And I bet he thought he was just going to be this breakout star once the show is over. And I know everybody hates him. Like, the first episode, he started out so well. I don't know what happened. But after episode 2, I was done with him. Like, at this point, I don't care if him or his mama don't come back. So next scene, we're with the Shaws, and it looks like they're getting along. I love that for them. And I always love Coach Shaw. It looks like he's actually happy to be there. So the Shaws are discussing a double date they're going to go on. Jen is going to bring Heather, and Coach Shaw is going to bring one of his best friends. And I just know, knowing Heather, I mean, as long as he is black, she is down for it. So next scene, we're at Whitney's residence, and she's trying to have a get-together with her siblings and her father. Her father, as we remember, is a recovering addict, and it seems like he hasn't seen one of her siblings in almost 10 years. I'm guessing the family just had enough with his behavior at the time. And she's having this little get-together to show her siblings that her dad is on the road to recovery. Now, I like Whitney, of course, but this dinner that she's having, basically it's just Chinese takeout on the kitchen counter. It's just so casual. Like, you think she would just have like a nice dinner prepared, but they have like the styrofoam to-go plates and the Chinese boxes of rice and stuff. I'm just like, this is really, really casual. And that food do not look good. And I love me some Chinese food too, but this does not look appetizing. So what I'm getting from this dinner scene is Whitney's siblings, it's good to see their dad, but they want to make sure they're letting him back in their lives, that they want to see actual change. Like, talk isn't enough. I cannot imagine not talking to my parents for 10 years. Any parent. This was a sterile dinner as well as a sterile conversation. And Whitney told her dad that he looks good. Until he changed that hairstyle and lose that beanie, then you lying, girl. Next scene, we're at the double date with the Shaws, Big Daddy, and Heather. Heather is just so fun and so cool. I like her. And I gotta say, this is the most we've seen Coach Shaw in an episode. I actually like him on the show, too. He's like a house husband I don't mind seeing. So we hear from Jen in her confessional that when they were in the dirty tubs all together, she appreciated that Heather said that she didn't want to lose their friendship and she just felt bad about her actions. So to make it up to her, she wants to bring her on a blind date along with her husband to meet her husband's best friend, Big Daddy. Heather looks like she is game. She's like, oh, he's black? I'm in. So Big Daddy arrives and, he seems like a decent dude and I could see him and Heather together. And she even says he checks the boxes. He's tall, he's dark, and he's handsome. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't have minded if she just would have said, oh, well, he's tall, he's black, he's handsome. Check, check, check. I wouldn't have minded, but maybe some of the viewers would have minded. I don't know. For some reason, she's calling him Big Easy. I'm not sure if she's doing that on purpose or by accident. So already, Mr. Big Easy / Big Daddy doesn't impress Heather with his drink order. He's not even ordering alcohol. And I gotta say, me and Heather, we see each other. Like, if I go on a date with you, if you don't drink, I'm gonna speak for me. It's hard for me to be with somebody that don't enjoy a cocktail like I do. I mean, y'all watch Convos and Concoctions. I have not done a Convos and Concoctions video in so long. Anywho, it's not a deal breaker for me, but I am kind of disappointed if this person won't order a drink when I first meet them. So unfortunately for Big Easy / Big Daddy, not only does he not drink, but he's also pretty aloof in conversation and not that interesting. The facial expressions between Jen and Heather are just saying it all right now. And productions even have a little fun with Big Easy / Big Daddy. Like, he's talking about himself, and it looks like they're making him look like he's rambling on and on. Like, we start from 7:30, we're down to 8:45. And from Heather's perspective in her confessional, she's saying, well, I'm not looking for anything long term, but even if she's like attracted to the guy, like, the guy is just not winning right now so far. Yeah, unfortunately, this was a bust for the Shaws. Heather is definitely not interested. But hey, I mean, at least she got some free food and liquor out of it. That's how I would see it, at least. So next scene, we're at Whitney's place, and she realizes that she fucked up at Jen's party, and not a lot of people are fans of hers right now, so she wants to get everyone together for 2 nights in Vegas. So we see that she texts all the ladies, and it looks like Heather's down, Jen is down. Now, she messages Meredith and she says, Vegas isn't exactly my scene, but I can probably make it. I'm just thinking that's how she sounds. So then we see Mary getting Whitney's text message, and she actually declines the invite because Jen is going. Solely because Jen is going. And Mary just looks so sad being in her room just surrounded by hordes and hordes of luxury clothing. Just sitting in her closet. And I don't care personally. You can invite somebody that I don't like. It's not going to ruin my trip. Especially a free trip to Vegas. Okay. And that is the last we see of Mary on this episode. And we see that snobby ass Lisa get her text message, and she just says, I'll think about it. ... Thanks for the invite. And of course, what Lisa does after she gets the invite, she calls Meredith to see if she's going. So they have those type of friendships where, like, oh, well, I'm not going if you're not going. And believe me, Chris's business right now. I have some friends like that, and it drives me up the wall. Like, I'll invite them on the group chat, and then I don't hear from one of them unless I hear from the other one first. Ooh, I just understand how annoying that is from the outside looking in. So as Lisa's talking to Meredith, like, it looks like Meredith doesn't really have an issue with Whitney. She's not really bothered by it. I think she's more bothered by Jen. But Lisa, she's pissed, and she wants an apology, and she's just like, I'm not going, girl, if you're not. So we get right into the trip. We see all the ladies getting ready for Vegas. It seems like everyone is confirmed except Lisa. And Whitney said she didn't even hear from Lisa whether she was coming or not. So all the ladies get to the airport, and Whitney, I'm loving the long hair. I love it. Let me know in the comments if y'all like her hair. I'm digging this look. I mean, I already love Whitney anyway, but I think she looks really hot with the long hair. Like, she actually looks younger. So we find out from Meredith that Lisa is actually going to Vegas. She's already there. And she's apparently already there on business. I swear, you would have think Heather just got free from slavery, how she'd be just so happy that she is, like, excommunicated from the Mormon church. Like, she is so excited going to Vegas. She's like, we get to gamble, we get to drink, all sorts of debauchery. Like, Jesus, what did she go through? Ugh, all in the name of religion. Like, girl, live your life. So the ladies all arrive in Vegas. They're in a limo now to the hotel. And Whitney tries to call Lisa to see, where is she? She decided to come after all. Lisa doesn't pick up. Literally 4 seconds later, Lisa calls Meredith in the car. And Meredith puts her on speaker. Like, that was a big fuck you. The look on Whitney's face, like, no, this bitch didn't. And personally, I don't like passive aggressive shit like that. Like, really? I would have really called her out. Like, Whitney is nicer than I am. It seems like Whitney is only, like, about that life when she's drunk. When she's not, like, she's just so nice. Poor Whitney. I mean, she already extended the olive branch with this trip, but since Queen Lisa didn't get an apology from her, she's really like condescendingly talking to her. Whitney's trying to talk to her over the speakerphone, and Lisa is giving her nooch, like really dry, cold responses. I'm here for work. But, we'll see. Ooh, and the plot thickens. We get a little rewind, Shonda Rhimes style, and we see that Jen and Lisa met already 2 days before they left, talking about how they can't stand Whitney. And it looks like Jen still hasn't forgiven Whitney, even though she apologized to her in the dirty tub, as y'all can remember from the last episode. So it looks like Jen knew that Lisa was going to Vegas too. And we see in this flashback that Lisa's telling Jen that I never said that about you. I don't know why she told you that. She's being messy. Is it just me or there are a lot of commercials in this episode tonight? So they get to the hotel, and I gotta say, I haven't heard of this one. It's called Nomad. I don't know. I be going to like all the popular ones on the strip, like the Cosmopolitan, the Aria, MGM, Caesars, the Venetian. Never heard of the Nomad. Ooh, that was an awkward poem. I wonder if that was his idea or they made him do that. They probably made him do that. I don't think he willingly tried to tell them a poem when they enter. I'm really feeling sorry for Whitney on this trip because she's really trying. Whitney had them plan to do some race car driving in exotic cars. And Jen tells her, oh, well, I have this special surprise I have for Heather, so I can't make it to that. And she was like, well, you have to do that now? She's like, yeah, this is the only time I could do it. And I'm just like, how rude is that? Like, you on somebody else's trip and you planning things for just you and another person? So rude. So yeah, Whitney is rightfully pissed, and then she brings Heather to the side to tell her, like, what the fuck was that? Like, how Jen just surprises you with this separate activity. But I think she's more so mad because this leaves her doing this exotic car racing with just Lisa and Meredith, the two main people that she pissed off. And speaking of which, Lisa just arrives, and you know whose room she goes to first? Meredith's room. So we're seeing a little small conversation in Meredith's room between her and Lisa, and it looks like Meredith is more angry at Jen and defending Whitney, and Lisa is more mad at Whitney and defending Jen. Fun dynamics. And Lisa is saying, like, I don't know what it is with Whitney. She's been coming for me, like, since the very beginning. And then with the help of production, we see that they had, issues throughout the entire season. I really love this hair on Whitney. I really do. So we find out that Jen's big surprise for Heather was this personal shoe shopping experience at the hotel bar. Now, Jen, these people look like they are on your time right now, so you could have scheduled this at a time where it didn't conflict with Whitney's event. I just know it. Jen is just messy. And Jen says she's doing this for Heather because the date with Mr. Big Easy / Big Daddy went terrible. Oh, well, I guess it's not just a shoe shopping experience, it's also clothes too. So it's a personal shopping experience. Ooh, I will say Miss Jen looks good in this like green Versace number. That has to be a Versace suit. Because it reminds me of J-Lo's like that wrap dress that she's known for. Looks really good on her, I'll admit that. Jen's crazy, but I mean, she looks good most of the time. Oh, Lord. Huh. Jen almost fell clean off that bar, face first. And I know she's glad Heather grabbed her because it looks like that face would have went everywhere. Like her face probably would have shattered if she fell face first. Oh, I'm going to rewind it. Oh, I didn't even have to rewind it. Production rewinded it for me. Ooh, that fall could have been nasty. It really could have been. Yeah, we see messy ass Jen. Like she said, yeah, I saved you from race car driving, which actually looks like a fun event to do. So Jen knew what she was doing. Now, I do feel sorry for Whitney, but girl, you did deserve it for all the mess that you caused at the surprise birthday party for Coach Shop. So she's in the lobby with Lisa and Meredith, and they're on their way to the racing track, and it is awkward as fuck. Lisa and Meredith look way too much alike. It is crazy. In the car, it's dead silent. Dead silent. Oh, Lisa is such a bitch. Like mid-conversation, Whitney's trying to talk to her. Oh, hold on one second. I gotta take this. Yeah. Hey girl, how you doing? Like, just so rude. Man, the pettiness. So it looks like all that talk that Lisa was saying, like, oh yeah, I'm so excited about the exotic cars. I love exotic cars. Like, she was driving like grandma on the racetrack. We see Whitney, you know, she driving over 100. Even Meredith Stalecracker ass is driving 100 miles per hour. And we see her just driving along safely. I'm not sure if that was production, but I don't think so. I don't think production is that messy to like fabricate that scene. So after they finish racing cars, they finally have the conversation about what happened at Coach Shaw's surprise birthday party. Whitney says she was just repeating what she heard. She really wasn't trying to instigate anything. Okay, girl. She kind of puts the blame on Heather a little bit. And then Lisa's saying, okay, you heard that from Mary? I heard that little shade, Lisa. I heard it. But Lisa says, well, Mary doesn't speak for me, and I didn't say that. Which it would have been great if Mary came on this trip so she can actually say whether or not they did tell her that. So Whitney doesn't want any smoke, so she says, I take full accountability, I'm sorry. Lisa is kind of laying into her, even if she is sorry, but it's squashed, it seems. So it looks like Lisa and Meredith accept Whitney's apology, and surprisingly, Lisa says she doesn't hold grudges. Okay, she said as long as you apologize and kiss my ass, you know, we're good. So we're back with Heather and Jen. They're still trying on shoes and shit. And then Heather brings up Whitney, just asking Jen how you think she's surviving with Lisa and Meredith. And Jen clearly doesn't give a fuck. And she's saying, yeah, I talked to Lisa, and she says she's angry at her. And I'm pretty sure that's why Jen did this, so she can make Whitney sweat along with Lisa and Meredith. But I'm glad that the other ladies squashed it at the racetrack, so maybe it was a good thing in the end that Heather and Jen were separate doing their own thing. So they're talking to one another, and it looks like Jen really didn't forgive Whitney. And Heather's trying to like defend Whitney, saying, well, she already said sorry and took accountability for her actions. So why aren't you doing that? Yeah, it looks like Heather is on the defense for Whitney, and she's wondering, like, why are we back here? Like, I thought y'all made up in the dirty tub. Ooh, and Heather's like, oh, so you're gonna blame Whitney for throwing a glass too? And Jen does not like that one bit. She was just like, Whitney ruined my birthday party. She ruined it. It's her fault. I don't think why you can't fucking understand that. So with Jen, it seems in her mindset is she got this whole personal shopping experience for Heather. So Heather's allegiance belongs with her. Like, fuck Whitney, fuck your cousin. So this nice personal shopping experience is going left, and Jen's getting louder. She was just like, I'm your fucking friend, you stand up for me. Oh, what a narcissist. Like, it's so hard to love Jen. Like, it's a love-hate thing with me and Jen. So Heather is right. Jen just wants a henchman. She doesn't want a friend. And for some reason, Jen tells Heather that the only reason I haven't bitch slapped Whitney is because of you. I'm just saying, like, you have all this smoking energy for her, but was like, oh yes, I'll go to Vegas. And does she even realize that, you know, Heather and Whitney is family? So why are you talking that reckless about her? So poor Heather, she feels like stuck between a rock and a hard place now. She's like, well, if you feel this way, you need to talk to Whitney. And with Jen, I really do think she's making this situation like a mountain out of a molehill. Like, you already like are good with your husband, you're good with Heather now. Why are you still holding on with this with Whitney? The thing is, you know what? Mary's not there, so Jen needs a punching bag. That's what it is. So unfortunately, it ends there with Jen being angry. And next week's episode, it looks like we're not getting the season finale anytime soon. But I didn't mind this episode. It was actually entertaining. It just looked like it had so many commercials. But anywho, hopefully I will have this up by Friday afternoon. Hopefully. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe as always. And definitely, y'all, please share my reviews with other people so I can get more people on my channel. I would love to have 10,000 subscribers by March. Hopefully, it'll be like my first year on YouTube. With that said, I will see y'all soon for the next video. Bye.